Now, as an artist who believes AI is a tool to be used and not abused, I've spoken about, the future of art and animation and all of these different things multiple times on this channel, and how I think AI is going to affect the world in general. Now, I'm one of those people, I just try to be realistic. I look at things, I look at the facts, and I just try to be honest with myself in the way I think this is going to go. So I saw Asmongold surprisingly saying a lot of the same things that I've said in past videos. So we're going to be taking a look at that today. So I want you all to check this out.
Think about like the tech for it to understand, like, okay, each one of these things is a pillar. These are people walking down here. Like this to me is fucking crazy. So you're going to see this happen a lot more. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to have any jobs pretty soon. Like, I would definitely...
Now, this is Lord of the Rings in Studio Ghibli art style, what it seems. And he is completely right when he says a lot of people are going to be out of jobs soon. Because the reality is, this is going to replace a lot of people because it's cheaper, it's more efficient. You can get so much more done in one day of using AI if you're skilled with it, compared to the months, if not years, it takes some other studios to produce certain types of animated stories and whatnot. If you combine AI with talented artists, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Like, people aren't going to be able to keep up. All of those purists, all of those people who want to throw a tantrum and kick and scream and act like literal babies because technology is scary and all of these different things, those people are the ones who are going to be left behind. That's just the reality. And I know it sounds like I'm being mean, but no, I'm just being honest.
That aren't going to have any jobs pretty soon. Like, I would definitely say, like, that's, you have the, what is that, the 9 leaving Minas Morgul. Like, oh fuck, man, this is insane. And so you got Rivendell here. Yeah, so if you are an artist, this has been a really bad week for you, and I want to promise you that it's going to get worse. Okay, so if you're an artist and this is upsetting you and you're worried, I want to promise you that it's only going to get worse.
Now, here's the thing. I think one of the things he needs to be specific with here is, if he is the type of artist that you are, you gotta be one of those artists that's willing to compromise. Now, if you learn how to use AI and use it to supplement your work, your chances of success aren't zero. They're not as low. No, there's people who are going to still support you because you're a purist, depending on how good you are. Let's say you're really good, or you already have an established fan base. People are gonna be like, whoa, holy shit, like, this person, deserves my time and deserves to be supported. So of course your fan base that is already established are going to stick around, right? Ghibli fans aren't going anywhere. But let's say you're in the next 10 years, you're a new artist that just popped up on the scene. You're a nobody. You have little to no followers. People are going to watch those little sketches that you do, and they're not going to give it any time. They're not going to give it any effort. They're not going to give it any attention, right? The reality is this. I've seen people start AI art accounts today. Well, in one day is what I mean. In one day, and by the end of the month, they're already over 10k followers. You know why? Because the general audience doesn't care how these things are made. Like, you're looking at me drawing one of my main characters here. This character's name is Deadman Voss. He is inspired by a pretty big YouTuber named Mori. And people aren't going to give a shit about how it's made. A lot of people aren't going to give a shit how it's made, as long as it looks cool, right? And I think that's why these AI not YouTube, Instagram and Twitter accounts have been blowing up. It's because the general audience don't really care about these time lapses that I'm doing. The general audience, they're not really into it like that. They want to look at it, look at a cool image and move on with their day. And that is the reason why I truly believe AI is so successful. It gives them that dopamine hit much faster and many more times than any average beginner artist can, right? I am technically at like I'm still technically a beginner artist in a lot of ways, but I'm also using AI for a lot of things. So I'm using AI for sometimes references. I use AI to do backgrounds, right? Drawing, like I wouldn't say drawing, but painting trees and doing all of this advanced stuff is something that I know I'm not really capable of doing in a decent amount of time. So I use AI to supplement my art process. And sometimes I've said that on the internet and people literally was like preying on my downfall when they hear me say that. They're like, oh well, I hope your comic book fails. I hope your YouTube gets banned. I'm like, huh? Because I used a tool? That's like, imagine back in the day when everyone did traditional and you said, hey, you know, I'm gonna try out this digital Photoshop thing. It sounds pretty cool. And then everyone's like, you know, I hope your house burns down. It's like, bro, I think y'all are literally overreacting a little too much right now.
This is only the beginning. There will be like man-made horrors beyond the comprehension of the human mind. You don't even know what it's gonna be like, right? And I would focus on career change. Yeah, exactly. And focus like go be a plumber or something like that, right?
Now, I disagree with that. To me, I think if you're an artist and you're already somewhat talented, all you need to do is work on your craft. And all you can do really is also learn how to implement AI into your workflow. That's all you gotta do, right? If you learn how to implement AI into your workflow, there's a much higher chance of your success. That's just the reality. The reality is that when you choose to supplement your work with these different tools, you're going to instantly notice that your chances of getting recognized or being able to pump out a lot more work or whatnot is just going to be way higher. That's just the reality. And I know some people, they just don't want to accept that, but it just is what it is, man. There's nothing else I can say on this topic, right? Again, like I am a comic artist. As you can see, this is one of my character creations here, and I make my fans into characters in the story, because as I noticed, there's never been a comic book that I've seen that does this, you know, that reaches out to people and say, hey, yo, I'm doing this type of story, are you into this type of stuff? Oh, for real, you like this type of stuff? Okay, I'll make you into a character in the story. I think because times are changing, you know, us as artists, we need to change as well. It would be nice if things remain the same, it really would, but that's just not how the world works. The world is unfair, it's an unfair place, and I know AI isn't the most ethical thing, but what else is? Like, you know, the phone that you're using is built on like slavery, you know, like people who mine the cobalt in your phone, they're slaves. You know, the world is an unfair place. That's just the reality, right? So anyway, my point is that Asmongold is right. He's 100% right here, and I think a lot of people are really going to lose their jobs if they don't adapt. If they have an already established fan base, that's different. Those people, I don't think they're going to need to worry too much. But anyway, if you would like a character designed to look like you, all you gotta do is let me know in the comments below that you're interested. You gotta be 18 years and older to also get a character as well, because this is an adult story.